Hey guys, welcome back to house number 5 part 2 of season 1. So in last part we basically got the front of this house basically fully designed. I mean, we are missing a couple things obviously, but for the most part we're done. And a couple things, I think with this house we might add a pool right here because I feel like with a vacation house, like this kind of feels like a condo, you know? Like if you had a lot of these lined up, these feel like they'd be like really nice condos you would see along the beach, in my opinion. But anyways, let's get started with part 2. So today we're going to get to the back side of the house and actually maybe finish up the outside in general. But let's see how that goes. So we're going to come over to the right side of the house where the garage door is. And starting with the garage door, we're going to count this as our first block. So we're going to place our first block right next to, or on, the same block as the garage door. And we're going to have it oh, okay. Come on. Are you serious? What the fuck, dude? Come on. Okay, so we're back. Sorry about that, guys. Connection just got lost. But anyways, I think we're good. I'm gonna save this real quick, just in case my game freezes. So I'm just gonna save that. Okay, so we need to get started on everything. So this counts as our first block here. Again, right next to the garage door. And we're gonna count this back. This counts as our first block. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19 blocks, okay? Now, we're going to make this into a solid wall that will be one block higher than the wall in the very front, kind of like the fence in area. Now, the back of this house does not have as much design as the front, mainly because for privacy purposes, the big wall makes it look like you don't have too much. But it's there for privacy, really. Like, I'm trying to go for, like, what a beach house would actually be like. Let me turn off my phone. Okay, so the wall in the back should be one block bigger than the wall in the front here. So it should be even, like, with the first block above the garage door. Okay, now we're going to make this into a solid wall from here on out as well, coming all the way back to where we have 5 blocks left over from the inside. So 1, 2, 3, 4... Actually, let's have 4 blocks left over. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. As you can see, I do have a outline here. That is just there to help me. I will be counting out all the blocks for you guys. That's just so I don't have to keep going over there to check. So hopefully that will save us a little bit of time. Alright, so we have 4 blocks from the corner here to the left. So what we're going to do now is we're just going to stack this wall all the way up even with the top part of the window we're right next to. So in the first part, I felt like I wasn't describing everything as good as I should have been, like as good as usual. So I'm trying to slow down a little bit and relax, not go through it as fast. So I'm sorry if part 1 kind of seemed rushed. I wasn't trying to make it seem that way. It just happened to be like how it seemed. Okay, so we're good from here. So now what we're going to do, we're going to take our snow on this 4th block here, and we're going to have it come all the way over to the other side of the house. There's a straight line coming all the way over. Well, not connecting to the old house, the new one. So with this house here, or with this wall over on the left side, I want you to do the exact same thing. Just come all the way back even with the back here. So this should basically almost be like a perfect rectangle house. You're not going to have like any weird design on the walls here. So we're just going to make this into a solid wall, same height as the other one. So it should be 6 blocks tall. And we're just going to stack it up. Okay, so we're looking pretty good. Let me come over here just to make sure I'm not missing anything. Nope, doesn't look like it, so I think we're good. So, what we're going to do now is from here, we're just going to stack this up into a solid wall, coming all the way up even with the window or the wall next to the front. So basically, we're going to have it be even with this right here. So obviously this side is a little bit taller, but that's mainly just because of like the design of everything. Actually for now, let's keep it the same height as the other wall. Just for now, we will expand and make it taller later on. But just to make things a little bit simpler for now, we're just going to keep things simple for you guys. Make sure I don't miss any steps. Make sure I don't do anything. So I don't want you guys to miss anything. It's kind of like what I'm trying to get at here. Okay, so what we're going to do now, we're going to make 3 really big windows on the back. So each corner on both sides needs to be 2 blocks wide on both sides. So the corners, again, should be 2 wide. Now, again, with our windows, they're going to be 1 block back. So you also need gray wool for these windows. You'll see why. So what we're going to do, the 2 windows on the corner should be 5 blocks wide. So 2, 3, 4, 5. Do the same thing on both sides. So 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so we have that. So we have the windows. What we're going to do next is add a 3 wide wall in between each one. So boop, or make it 3. Come over to the other side, do the same thing. So basically, like, this wall is going to be symmetrical, just this wall. Okay, and now the space in between will be 1 big window. So just take your glass and just fill it all in. So next, what we're gonna do, we're just gonna make these 4 blocks tall. So just make all the windows 4 blocks tall. So 3 and 4, and do the same thing on all 3 of these. Really simple. And next, what we're going to do with our... Come on, place it. There we go. I finally got it. I do want to make sure they're not 5. 2, 3. Alright, I was right. Okay. So we're looking pretty good. So next, what I want you guys to do, take out your snow and have it come all the way over and connect to the other wall. So above the windows. Now, as you can tell, we have 1 block left over of air. Basically, just make the snow come down 1 more block. So the layer above the window should be 2 blocks wide. And next, with these walls here in between, just stack them up and connect with the top. And voila. So that's where we are now. But we're not done yet. Take out your gray wool. And the gray wool on all of these windows, you're just going to stack up in between like this. Now, the reason for this kind of gives it a modern design. And also a little bit more privacy. You feel like these would be like shades, you know? To where, like, at the push of a button you could close them. And I don't know, modern houses a lot of the times have something like this, especially in Minecraft. So, and ta-da, here's what our house is looking like so far. Again, really simple, but we're getting the job done, and that's what we're trying to do here. So next, before we get to the bottom side, we're going to come over to our left side of the house if you're facing the front. And we're going to take our snow. Now, where this pillar is here, we're going to come 1 block below. We're going to count out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 blocks. So basically, it should be 8 blocks total. Now, on this 8th block or 7th block, whatever you want to call it, you're going to place another pillar here. So now, as you can see, we have 3 pillars added. But we're not done yet. We need to add 1 more. Now, this one will basically be the exact same thing, but we're going to have it come out. And basically, we're going to have it come out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks, and then add another pillar. So you should have a gap of 4 in between. So next, take your gray carpet. On top of each of these snow pillars, add gray wool. And kind of like what we did down there with those shutter things, if you want to call them that, we're just going to take the gray wool and kind of add like a small little modern railing here to this. And voila, now we have a railing that looks good and it does its job. So next, we need to make a way to get up to this roof. So we're going to make a solid wall connecting this to the bottom. But next, we're going to have this next wall come out 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks, okay? Now we're going to stack this up into a solid wall. And let's have this one come up 1 more block above everything else, okay? So we're looking good. And how do we want to do this? Let's have it come all the way over about 1 block away from the corner here. So you should have 1 block gap. And basically just fill this in. And now just make it into a solid piece. So this will be our way up. As you can see, like right over there, that's what we're going for. And we can make this into a solid piece if we want to as well. You can do this now. And do the same thing on this side. Now again, any excess snow or anything that transfers over to the inside when we're doing the interior, we will fix and take care of. So you don't have to worry about all of that. I do want to make sure. So Actually, we need to move this over one more block. Sorry, guys. So, basically, this entrance should take up the whole area on the inside, like the square footage, but this last pillar here is the one that should be showing. So, let me get rid of this wall over here on the inside. Okay, we're going to add a door right here. Now, this door, you can make it the usual size if you want. I'm going to make it 3 tall to keep it the same size as all the other doors we've been using so far. And then 1 block away, we're going to add a 2x2 window just to have some light come in. Alright, so now that we have that done, what we're going to do now is come down to the bottom side of this. So, what I want you to do, come over with your snow from this left side, like where the garage is. We're going to count out 5. So, this counts as our first block. So, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. And then have it come over and connect with, like, right underneath this wall here. And now, what this is going to be the way out, or one of the ways out into the backyard, even though it's not that big of a backyard. So kind of like a mudroom, if you want to think of it that way. So, next what we're going to do, we're going to count over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 blocks from our wall that we just made. So I do want to make sure I got this clear to you guys. So we're going to have this wall come all the way over and connect. So basically, to make sure there's no confusion, we're going to have this main wall connecting the 2 back walls together. So you can kind of see a little bit more like how it looks exactly when it's fully done. Now again, there's not too much room back here, but the whole point of it is to make it look like it's a private area, and this is something you would see in a city, in my opinion. So we're just stacking this wall up, even with all the other sides of the walls. So we're gonna stop it there. So again, from this corner, as you can see, the walls are connected now. We should have a 3x3 area here now, and then we're gonna have the wall come out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 blocks, okay? Next, take your glass, and we're going to stack it up 1 diagonal behind it. Now, I actually want you to use snow for this for the bottom block. So we're going to count out diagonal 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then turn it back towards the front 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? And next, take your glass, and we're just going to stack this up 4 tall, just like this. So this window will be like all the windows we've made so far, to where they will be 1 block back from everything else, like from the main walls. So, do we want to make sure, let's actually make this too wide. So underneath the windows, we're going to take the snow and make it, the wall underneath the windows too wide. Just like that. Perfect. So everything's coming together, we're almost done. Now this wall here, where we had this 3x3 square here in the corner, we're basically going to make this into a solid wall as well. We will add a door coming out, but just for now we're just going to make it into a solid wall. Hopefully I'm describing things a little bit better to you guys now. That's what I'm trying to do. And this wall, we're actually going to make it even with the main wall on the outside, and then just fill it in with the snow. So you should have like a solid corner piece there. As you can see, that's what it's supposed to look like. We're just fine. So next, take your snow, and in front of the window here, as you can tell, we don't want to have the snow showing. What we're going to do, have the snow come in front of the window, just like this. So now it kind of looks a little bit more finished. On this corner block, take your snow and add a corner pillar. And do the same thing on the other side window here, but have this window come 1 block back, or this pillar, excuse me. And voila. I'm sorry if you guys can hear my cat. I locked him out of my room, and he is whiny. Now take your cobblestone walls, and the cobblestone walls are going to be 1 block away from each corner. So just like this. Now the ones on this side, just do the same thing, just 1 block away. And perfect. So we're almost done with the outside. So on this pillar here, I actually do want to go make sure, oh my goodness, there we go. Hey, I got it. So, okay, I did have it right. Sweet. So what you're going to do is, with this pillar here, you're actually going to turn this and have it come over and connect with the wall jacks. And so you're just going to make this into a solid wall coming up and connecting with all the other walls. Boom. Perfect, right? So next, all we have to do is add a door. So the door we're going to do is just make it 1 block above, because that's where our first floor starts. And again, we're going to make it 3 tall. So it should be a 3x2. And then on the other side of the door, farthest, like not the side closest to the window, but the side closest to the outside wall, you're just going to take the snow and just add a pillar coming up. Really simple, just like that. Ba-boom. And all this extra space here, we can kind of just fill in with snow now. So, just fill everything in. And the whole point of this is to just kind of finish that off, make sure it's closed off. Okay, now let's finally add our door here. So again, we're going to create the door 1 block up and 3 blocks tall. So again, 2 by 3. And all you're going to do is just add a door here. Jax, stop! So we're done with that now. Next, the main important thing, the roof. So we're going to get started on the roof. My goodness, he is whiny right now. So basically, you're going to start over on this window above the garage. And you know how we have this glass here? We're not going to cover that up. So what we're going to do is we're going to have a pillar here behind that glass, and everything from this point to the garage door wall, like the outside wall, we're going to just fill in with snow. Now again, we will add some finishing touches once we get to the interior and once we do a little bit more with the outside, but for the main part, we're done, and we're just going to do the simple stuff now. So we're just making this into a solid roof. Now, what I want you to do is with this pillar, Jax, with this pillar here, I want you to stack up this one to where it's going to be 2 blocks above the snow here. So 1, 2. So kind of what this is kind of like a small dividing wall. So we have it look like this, so we're looking good. Jax! Oh my god. He is going crazy. Like, he cannot stand being away from me for a couple minutes. So what you're going to do now is that you're going to have this wall come all the way over and stop where the window stops, okay? And all you're going to do is just stack this up. Boop, boop, boop. And here's where our stairs for this top portion will be. Now, for this part of the roof, we're just going to have to make this part too wide, really. So, we're just going to fill it in, just like this. And it should be 1 block above the window. So basically, it's like 1 block above the normal part of the roof. All you're doing is just filling everything in, and even fill in this area over here where we have these modern railings or whatever you want to call them. This little space here to where we could add a table for like dining and stuff like that. And we're looking good. Now, when you get to the end of this wall, I actually want you to stop there, and then we're gonna continue making the roof for everything else. So we're just gonna fill in everything. I'm really sorry if I keep yelling at my cat. He really wants to be in the same room as me, but when he gets hyper, he meows a lot. So I'm trying to make it to where he's not going to be meowing and doing everything to annoy me, which he probably will anyways, because that's just what he does. But whatever. So we're almost done with the roof. So for this next part, you will need regular snow. Not snow blocks, but regular snow combined with snow blocks. So you actually will need both, I guess. And our roof is done. Now this block here, we can kind of just fill this in. Doop doop. And perfect. So the roof is done. Well, almost. Next, what I want you to do, take out some flower pots. And on top of this part here, this tiny wall, add your flower pots going all the way across. What this kind of does, this gives it a little bit unique design, and also kind of makes it look like a fireplace, like the place where it escapes, like the heat. So next, we need to add stairs coming up. So what we're going to do is we're going to have basically snow stairs to kind of give it a good feel. And basically we're just going to make the stairs come up. And it doesn't really matter how big you make the stairs. I mean, we want the stairs to kind of look and be even with everything. So, and we can actually, hold on. Because we want the stairs to actually be even with this part here. So what we actually might do is start there and work our way over. And work our way up, I guess would be the best way to put it. So we're going to start here. And we're going to stack these up about 3 tall each. So when we get these even, we want each one to be 3 tall. So 2, 3. And again, oh, I messed this one up by accident. I hate when that happens. Alright, let's do the same thing with this one next. And okay, so 1, 2, 3. So we're looking pretty good so far. So these look like full-size steps. And again, let's kind of continue. We can actually start to use full blocks now to make things go by a little bit faster. So 1, 2, 3, and this should be our last block, and perfect. Now we just walk up. Oh, we need to add one more layer here. So let's just finish this one off. And boop, boop. So 1, 2, 3. Aha, perfect. You have your stair steps going up now. You have your roof. We are fully done. Next, all you have to do is one block below the surface here. Like, not even, we're not going to make this into a solid roof. We're going to make it one block down. So we're just going to make this into a solid roof. And boom, perfect. So we're actually perfect on time too. So we got everything done just in time. And I think the house is looking great so far. And I really like this house. So what I want you guys to do next part, well, actually, I guess we can just do that next part. But just for now, take some birchwood planks, and just fill in everything besides the garage area. So like, just for now, like, stop your garage about right here, towards like 5 blocks long for now, okay? And we will finish off the interior in the next 2 parts, hopefully. So bye bye guys, thank you for watching, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye bye.